No.
All right, everyone, welcome to Movie AAR. I'm Patrick, your host, and this is John, my co-host.
Partner in life.
My life partner and soulmate.
Both of our wives are gonna be pissed. This is our way of letting off some steam because what we deal with is some pretty heavy hitting real world stuff, and definitely we've all been seeing that the last couple of years. So this is kind of a fun way to peel back the layers. We have the two houses I see today.
Yeah, can you guess the movie we're going to review today? Well, I guess you can because it's in the description and it's the name of the video.
Just any description, any title. This is love it or list it.
Love it or list it. Yeah, this is the show we're doing. Actually, behind me is the White House, and behind John is the X Mansion.
If you were going to be an X-Men, which one would you be, Pat?
Iceman.
Iceman?
Yeah.
Isn't that from Mortal Kombat?
No, that's Sub-Zero, but he's cool too. Yeah, Iceman. He's an Omega level mutant.
I'm just going to stick with the classic Wolverine on this one.
Yeah, Wolverine's cool too. This time we're reviewing the X-Men movie Days of Future Past, and specifically the scene where Magneto, the guy who can control metal with his mind, basically with his hands, there was an attack on the front lawn of the White House. So President goes down into the bunker, subterranean bunker, with all of his elected, or a bunch of his elected officials. The bunker gets pulled out of the White House straight through the front windows and onto the lawn, and the doors get ripped open by Magneto, who can control metal with his mind and his hands. And he starts threatening all of the elected officials, as well as the president, for fearing mutants and for casting them as outcasts, and for just marginalizing them overall.
Well, when there's existential threat or when there's a credible threat, Secret Service will definitely move the president to a more secure location. This isn't even about the president. Like when there's major threats, you call it a tornado. When there's a tornado or when there's a major incident that's about to impact your home, people go and find shelter in place. So I would say that would be 10 out of 10. Yeah. So I would say there's lots of there's green grass. That was real.
What about the fact that the government had a plan and that they went into their bunker, real?
Not real at all.
False. That is real. So there was even physical security measures that maybe could have been put in place that was maybe not having any metal around. However, that probably couldn't have happened. It's just not feasible to prevent someone who can manipulate metal with their mind.
Super dumb. Your number one bad guy is like the metal guy, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a building that is a metal bunker, reinforced.
It's got reinforced steel in there.
The guy had a metal ring on. Actually, I was looking at his his wedding ring, and I was like, ooh, like literally, the guy has like a plethora. That's a good Three Amigos reference, a plethora of like literally everything can kill you. So like maybe not great situational awareness there. That's pretty fake, hopefully.
Or if they're wearing Kevlar vests, or if they're wearing bulletproof vests.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
They could be thrown around.
Award-winning books that prepare children for disaster, check. Written by Dr. Heather Beal, check. Easy way to learn in a healthy environment, check. Endorsing cool people with great ideas, check, check, check. Grab a copy today at thereadinesslab.com/shop.
Smart people buy Instinct Ready Go bags. It's all the cool things. Upgraded emergency preparedness, multiple options designed for every home, created by first responders, and they were even featured in the New York Times. Go to thereadinesslab.com/shop or click on the link below to pick up your bag today.
Okay, I'm just going to name some things that I would do, like organizational emergency management obviously focuses on life, property, continuity of operations of the actual organization, the actual building. So obviously the first step in terms of dealing with your man-made threats, there's a popular idea that you separate man-made and technological, which is dumb. But if you're looking at your man-made threats, then obviously you're looking at security measures, and people see this with the White House with the fencing. They see that with Secret Service. They see that with Gates. They see that with the bunker, or the bunker got kind of blown up from Magneto. But there's lots of things both seen that are supposed to be seen and things that are not supposed to be seen, that security will use to track threat, both on the site and just looking at social media, looking at Google, people who are stupid trying to do something stupid. So there's a lot of situational awareness that's happening to mitigate threats, and that's what I'd be focused on.
Yeah, the work would also include having the plan ready, knowing the personnel. You talked about the Secret Service. They were in there. They were in the bunker with them, or with the elected officials.
Mm-hmm.
There are other continuity of government plans that involve moving around elected officials to different sites. There's one there's several different planes that are around the country that are just always gassed up, always on the tarmac, ready to go in case the president needs to go and be in the air, depending on the situation on the ground in the U.S. That's how he or she maintains their authority and giving the country hope and giving the country direction, whether it's in wartime or it could be domestic terrorism. It could be it's going to be something that's related to war and some huge uncertainty that is threatening the sanctity of our country.
I was just walking through my mind of like securing that situation and dealing with the aftermath of like, oh man, like the public messaging that would have to go out saying the president was secure. Like we had this incident, like it was obviously televised. So like you have the pre-incident stuff, which is what we're talking about. And then you have the response, is what Patrick's is talking about. Then you have like this recovery phase of like, okay, president's fine. We have things under control, create stability. When there's like really scary stuff happening, just calming people down as fast as possible is incredibly important.
Mm-hmm.
Showing like, I still remember 9/11 as a kid and just feeling so united to people. And I feel like there was not just great, I wouldn't say messaging, but there was great reminders that we were all in this together. And I think something like that would happen, which kind of brings us to, how do you avoid stupid from this kind of situation happening? Now, of course, it's unrealistic. There's not mutants, but there's people who are different from you. And we have a pretty simple but very effective PSA. How do you avoid stupid? How do you avoid this kind of situation from happening, Pat?
The PSA is just be kind. Be kind, rewind. Be kind to other people. Don't marginalize anyone. Don't bully. Just treat everyone as you want to be treated. And you really can't lose with that. And we need more kindness in this world. There's nobody out there who's saying, you know what, John? There's way too much kindness in this world. There's way too many people smiling. There's way too many people who are nice. Nobody says that ever.
It's backed up by the FBI says that for people that organizations that think they might have a person who's acting strange lately or major life crisis kind of stuff. The best way to stop active shooters or active assailants is through long-term care. They talk about long-term care. It's not just like fire and get rid of. It's also backed up by the Journal of Clinical Psychology that talk about the impact of kindness and what kindness can do. So kindness kind of goes along with being considerate. Yeah, I think that's a good message. Whether you're in my house and you're loving this house, or you want to list it in his house, it's just when you show up, maybe not bring up that the White House is smaller than the X-Men house. Like
It's also about be hospitable when you're around other people. People to your house
reference too.
Yeah. Be hospitable when you have people to your house, or when you're going to another house. Be polite. Stand up when people enter the room. Smile. Shake hands. Just be friendly.
It's amazing how far that stuff can go. I knew a guy who was incredibly influential for people around him, and I asked him what he did to like change people, and he referenced somebody else who said, when I meet somebody, I assume it's their worst day, and it's my job to make it their best day. And I like that train of thought of like, you don't know what's happening in people's lives, but being extra considerate, extra kind, and then maybe doing that for yourself as well. Like when you fail, like being a little more kind to yourself. So if you like this episode, You should also check out maybe some of our other episodes, maybe subscribe because all the cool people subscribe. You should check out the Readiness Lab. Some of our other shows on the Readiness Lab are a bit more serious. We get into the details of emergency management. So if you're thinking about this as a career or you're in emergency services, disaster services, check it out. And then finally, if you have an idea for a movie or a movie scene that you would like us to talk about, leave it in the comments below, and we'll see you for the next movie.
Movie AAR.
Movie AAR.
Movie AAR.